Good afternoon, FlossTube. I'm Karen from Prom Queen Stitcher, checking in with you, and wanted to talk a little bit about these strange days that we're all living through and in this pandemic thing. Who would have ever thought 2 months ago that we'd all be in our houses and staying here pretty much all the time? I keep having this inclination of wanting to talk to my grandmother who lived through the 1918 pandemic to ask her about how they had done things then. I'm sure we have it much easier than they did, though, because we've got technology. We're able to communicate with each other, and we're able to make predictions based upon trends and so on. I can't even imagine how that must have been. My mother was born in 1920, and I believe that was at the tail end of the pandemic. And I can't imagine my grandmother's experience of having been pregnant during that time and wondering, what's going to happen? Is my child going to die of influenza? What will go on? So anyway, these are different times. I keep telling my younger friends, I go, this too shall pass. This is not going to last forever. And the other thing, too, is, we're going to have some history to talk about for the rest of our lives. Most of us who were around when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, we can tell you precisely where we were then, when that happened. Also, here in Bakersfield, which is where I live, it snowed in 1999. I think that was the year, 98 or 99, I can't remember which. No, it was 99. People here still talk about that, these are like milestones in our lives, we're living through some history, and I hope we're all going to live. These are some strange times. I can tell you without a doubt, though, is living here in California, I'm really grateful that our governor shut us down early, and as a result, we've not had the number of deaths that have been prevalent in New York. And also, I'm grateful that most of the people I know have pretty much gone with the quarantine and have not, abused it or just blown it off, because I think they realize that it's a very real thing. Okay, enough about that. Let me talk a little bit about what I'm all into. One of the new things that I got this week, and it's just kind of fun. I graduated from high school in 1971, and so I was on the tail end of the 60s and 70s music-wise, the big change that happened, beginning with the Beatles and so on. And so that was a very pivotal time. And I wanted to show you that one of the things I was able to get are these stamps that our U.S. Post Office puts out, and it's the Woodstock symbol, and it's to commemorate, I guess, 50 years, past Woodstock, and so I think these are really cool. So, kind of neat, some of the things that they do. So anyway, that's one of the things that kind of piqued my interest. Another thing is this magazine called Bookmarks. This is a magazine that a friend of mine, I would say probably 10 years ago, got a subscription for me. And what it is it's descriptions of the new books that are coming out, both paperback and hardback, and give reviews, and there's some articles in there, that are by the readers, like different book groups talk about their book groups and what they read. There was a really good one. I think this past month they were talking about a family of 4, a mom and a dad, and then a daughter and a son who are adults, and that's one of the ways that they kind of stay close is, they may do a Zoom or something like that, or Skype, and then they talk about whatever book that they're reading for the month. And I thought that's kind of a neat idea for a family group. So anyway, I recently renewed this. My friend said, it's getting too expensive, I can't do it anymore. So I was able to go on and get a better rate as a new subscriber, because I was this was the first time I've paid for it. Anyway, this is the one magazine that I get anymore. I used to get tons of them, but I've gotten to where I just don't read them that much. I tend to go digital. Okay, what else? Oh, I know. One of the things I forgot about was talking about the pandemic or our beauty routines and so on. As you can see, my bangs are in my eyes and my roots are showing. And I've got only 7 of my acrylics still on. You know, but you know what? It's for the cause, and you know, eventually, you know, our beauticians and our manicurists will open up again, and we'll get some much needed help. Okay, what else? Stitching. That's why we're here. We're going to talk about stitching. Let me show you what I invested in this time around. It's my haul that I went ahead and got. I kept hearing about these ball tip needles, and so I wanted to give them a try. I got 24s, 26s, and 28s, and they're made by Sullivan's, and I got them from 123 Stitch. So there they are. I haven't tried them yet, so the jury's still out, but I'll let you know what I think about them. I certainly like the idea, and people in Facebook groups have tended to like them too, from what I can understand. The other thing I got, I got 2 patterns. I got Baby It's Cold Outside by Shannon Christine Designs. I thought this was really a cool design. It's only 48 by 47, so that works up to be a little over, almost about 3.5 inches by 3.5. And I think it'll be really fun. I like her colors. I think that they're really kind of fun. You know, so many people like the Prom colors and so on, and I can certainly see a place for them. But my favorites are I still like the brights, and so a lot of times if I'm changing colors around, I'm going to go towards bright rather than the softer ones. But that's just a personal preference, and we all see colors so differently. But I think that'll be a fun one to do. Another one that I got too, because I was going to do the stitch along with Crafty Cat Kathy, is the Barn Cats from Prairie Schooler, and there are 3 different ones on here. You know, they all look so familiar. I could swear I had it in my stash, but when I went looking for it, it wasn't with my other Prairie Schooler ones. So I must not have it, or you know, it's disappeared or something. But anyway, the one I really liked was this guy, and that's the one that she did, and I've seen it on Instagram. Very, very cute. So anyway, you know, I don't know if I'll get around to doing it or not, but it was fun to fantasize about being in the stitch along for a minute or two. Okay, some of my works in progress. You guys are going to laugh. I'm still on the same one I was on the last time I did a floss tube, but I'm almost finished. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I haven't stitched very much, you guys. I did a little bit the other day and then realized how close I am to finishing this. This is by Little House Needleworks, Baked Goods, and I'm just about done with that little cupcake there. And I still have the inside of the poinsettia to do. And then I have, it's kind of a lacy border around 2 sides, I guess, here and then across the top. And so that's, you know, I'm within shooting distance of getting this done. I don't know why I don't sit down and get it finished up. Really fun project though. I really like the way that it turned out. And it's on 20 count linen, and I'm doing it over 2, so it's the same as, you know, a 10 count, so it's really easy to see. Here's the little pattern. And you know, this has just been really fun. I just need to finish it up. And let's see what else. Oh, I was going to show you the other one. This was also a stitch along that Crafty Cat did a while back, and I went ahead and got it. And this one I know for a fact I will get done. It's by Bent Creek, and it's the whole kit. So it comes with a fabric, which I believe is the same. I think this is a 20 count linen as well, and I think it'll be really easy to see, and it's using number 5 pearl cotton, which it came with as well, the whole kit. So I think it's another one that'll go pretty fast. I mean, it's not full coverage by any sense of imagination, and I think it's something that could be done. I think it's just so cute though. So I hope to get that done before too much longer, or started anyway. Okay, I wanted to also show you something else that Stitch Roadie, Anna, recommended to people that if they're having trouble using metallics, and you know, the metallics are starting to ravel, you know, especially the Krynic, as you're trying to stitch, she suggested that people look into this thread zap, and it's almost like a little tool that you hit the edge or the end of the metallic, and it kind of fuses it, burns it, almost cauterizes it, I guess, as you'd say in medical terms. And then that way it won't, you know, start shredding as you're trying to stitch. So I thought that was really kind of neat. I think I got it from Amazon. So if you guys are interested in getting your metallics under control, it's certainly a place to start. So there would be that. Okay, let me show you a few old projects that I'm unearthing. I'm cleaning my garage out, and I'm finding some old things, and you know, either bringing them in my house or deciding what I'm going to do with them. And one of the things that I located is this table topper. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a fallish one, done with, it has acorns, and then it has fall leaves around the border there. Yeah, that's a good one. And it's done on Ann cloth, and it's done with number 5 pearl cotton. These table toppers at one time were kind of a fad. Claudia Dutcher from Dutch Treat was the one who designed a lot of these, and she has all different types, and I think they're kind of coming back in. I went to her website, and she has some of those. I guess not every design that she ever designed is on there, but a few that she, my cat just jumped up here. You know, a few that she still has, and so anyway, you know, it's kind of a neat project. It's designed to go on a table. You know, maybe it's your centerpiece, and then you might have a candle or something on top of it, and you know, it's just really kind of classy looking. I know I did more than one. I want to say maybe I did a couple, or maybe I kind of got rid of those when I moved and downsized my stuff. You know, maybe they were partway finished and I decided I wasn't going to finish them. But they were a fun project. And around the very edge, right there, you use the nun stitch, you know, and then you fringe. And the nun stitch is really easy. And you know, it just adds such a nice way to finish this cloth. You know, I could see where you could possibly use the nun stitch on a Christmas ornament if you were making it, you know, and you just wanted to fringe it rather than actually sew it. You could certainly nun stitch around and then fringe it, you know, which I think would be kind of a classy finish for something. Okay, I have 2 more things to show you, and these, once again, I located in my garage. I think these both are, no. This right here is it's a Lizzie Kate design, and it says Spooky Time. It's a Halloween design. I think I bought it in our LNS's model sale that she used to have every December, where she would clear out projects that she, you know, either the charts had gone out of print or she was unable to get them anymore, and so she sold the store projects and store models and so on. So here's this one. I always really liked this one, and I think it came in the frame, and so I didn't have to do anything to it except buy it. So that was really very cool. So that's one of them. And then another one that I was able to get and I believe this is by Mirabilia. It's called Snow Days. And this was another one that was all done and all in the frame and stitched and everything, and I was able to purchase it. Look at the beading and stuff on that. It's so pretty. I always really like this. So anyway, you know, maybe come Christmas time I'll be able to put this out. It's been stored in my garage of all places. So anyway, that's one. And then this last one is one that I did many years ago, back when we had a fourth bedroom that we used as a guest bedroom. And I think it might have been a Leisure Arts design, and I can see a date on there. I actually put my initials and the date on there. Let's see what it says. 86. So that was a minute or two ago, and I just really liked what it said on there, you know, for when we had people come and stay. I'll read it to you. It says, "Our guest room, we're glad to have you as a guest and hope you have a good night's rest. Tomorrow you again may roam, but while you're here, just feel at home." So I thought this was really kind of fun. That was kind of when I was going through my sampler phase. And that's what was available back then. I can't believe the choices we have these days compared to what we had then. You know, back then a lot of it was country and those geese with the ribbons and all that kind of stuff back in the 80s, early 90s when I did a whole lot of stitching. And now you've got everything that, you know, from Prim to samplers to some of the kind of pixelated things, you know, like Clouds Factory and some of those things. And, you know, we're really quite lucky that we have the variety that we do. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I don't like to make these more than between 15 and 20 minutes. I figure that you've heard me kind of babble on enough, and you don't need to hear me talk and talk and talk. I hope that you're able to finish out this quarantine stuff with gusto, and that our curve flattens, and that we don't have so many more deaths and so on. Excuse me. I hope you're all safe and well, and that your families are too. Thank you very much, FlossTube. I really appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.